Welcome to the Omega webinar. Let's welcome our founder and CEO, Keenan Thomas.
Hello and welcome, guests and esteemed speakers, to our VR, AR, MR webinar. We are so glad that you are here. Please share in the chat section of the webinar where you are watching us from. This webinar was developed by our multinational team to develop a critical conversation on the implications of augmented reality, virtual reality, and mixed reality. More specifically, to align our mission to supply all businesses with the tools and resources to accomplish social, economic, and political goals through transformative improvements. After a tumultuous year of rapid advancements in spatial computing, the metaverse, and VR training adoption, enterprises and SMEs have had to emerge ready to meet the challenges and opportunities this technology presented. At Omega, our teams have leveraged different spatial computing to engage in VR meetings, and we are excited to share our proprietary data, research, and findings with you. So, are you ready to begin? We have a virtual reality presentation on the implications of AR, VR, and MR, followed by a segment from our speaker on Revere XR and building VR in the community. Let's jump into the immersive world of AR, VR, and MR together.
Virtual reality, VR, is an immersive technology that allows users to experience a simulated environment that feels real. When wearing a VR headset, users are transported to a different world, where they can interact with virtual objects and characters. VR has come a long way since its inception, with advancements in graphics, motion tracking, and haptic feedback making the experience more realistic and engaging. It is commonly used in gaming, where players can step into the shoes of their favorite characters and explore virtual worlds. However, VR is also being used in various other fields, such as education, healthcare, and even therapy. With VR, users can visit historical landmarks, practice surgeries, or overcome their fears in a safe and controlled environment. It has the potential to revolutionize the way we learn, train, and entertain ourselves. As technology continues to evolve, the possibilities for VR are endless, and its impact on our lives is only beginning to be discovered.
Ladies and gentlemen, today marks a pivotal moment as we embark on a journey through the cutting-edge realms of virtual reality, augmented reality, and mixed reality.
But this webinar isn't just about discussing these technologies, it's about experiencing them firsthand. Imagine stepping into a virtual gallery where presentations come to life in real time, where concepts leap off the screen and into your reality.
Hello guys, my name is Shubham Patwal and I'm working as a virtual associate at Omega Consulting.
Hi everyone, my name is Ria and I am working as a virtual assistant at Omega Consulting.
This is the agenda of this webinar. Introduction, breakdowns and applications, advantages and challenges, future trends, industry adoption, case studies, considerations for implementation, and conclusion.
A fresh start with VR, AR, and MR introduction. VR, AR, MR industry generates significant revenue driven by increased adoption and innovation, signaling their transformative potential across various sectors.
This chart shows 10 market leaders. This chart outlines the dominant players across diverse sectors in the US, offering a concise snapshot of their market shares. It provides key insight into industry leadership and competitive dynamics, aiding stakeholders in understanding market trends and making informed decisions.
AR, VR, MR overview. Proposed objectives for VR focuses on immersion, accessibility, collaboration, broader application, and realism. For AR, goals include refining interaction, accuracy, expanding use cases, accessibility, and fostering innovation. MR aims for seamless integration, spatial understanding, real-time collaboration, enterprise application, and creativity in content creation.
This is the history of VR, AR, and MR. In 1990s, term virtual reality gained popularity with advancement in technology. In 1970s to 1980s, VR pioneers like Ivan Sutherland created early SDMs. In 1950s to 1960, VR concept emerged from science fiction laying early groundwork. In 2000, VR research continued alongside emerging AR technologies. In 2010, consumer-grade VR headset and mobile AR platforms emerged. In 2020, VR, AR, and MR technologies matured, finding applications across industries.
VR, AR, MR reality market size. This graph depicts the market size of virtual reality, augmented reality, and mixed reality in USD billion. They offer insights into the expanding adoption and investment in immersive technologies across industries, highlighting their transformative potential in enhancing user experiences and driving innovation.
AR, MR, and VR breakdown. AR is the integration of digital information with the user's environment in real time. Unlike virtual reality is the term used to describe a three-dimensional computer-generated environment which can be explored and interacted with by a person.
Applications of VR, AR, and MR: education, healthcare, retail and marketing, real estate, and architecture. In education, it offers immersive learning, virtual field trips, and practical skill training, like medical procedures, engineering projects, etc. In healthcare, it aids medical training, therapy, and pain management. In retail and marketing, it enhances customer engagement. In real estate and architecture, it offers global property exploration, real-time design adjustments, and preview of furniture and decor choice, etc.
Applications of AR, transforming industries and experiences in education and training, games and entertainment, healthcare, retail, and shopping. This diagram succinctly showcases here how augmented reality is revolutionized diverse sectors like healthcare, education, retail, manufacturing, and entertainment. It illustrates as AR versatility in enhancing training collaboration, shopping experiences, production processes, and entertainment content.
Applications of MR: education and training, healthcare, retail and commerce, gaming and entertainment. This diagram illustrates how MR is transforming various sectors by blending physical and digital reality. It showcases MR's versatility in applications such as healthcare, training, and manufacturing design, highlighting its potential to revolutionize industry.
Applications of VR, broadening horizons across sectors, games and entertainment, education and simulation, real estate, virtual travel and exploration. This diagram highlights the versatile applications of virtual reality across various sectors, from healthcare and education to real estate and beyond. It showcases VR transformative potential in revolutionizing training, engagement, and experiences across industries.
Challenges of AR, VR, and MR: privacy concerns in AR devices. AR devices raises privacy concerns due to the accumulation of user data, leading to questioning about tracking and targeting advertising.
Future trends, convergence of VR, AR, and MR. As technologies advance, the distinction between virtual reality, augmented reality, and mixed reality are blurring. Immersive experiences, continuous advancement in health, hardware, and software will enhance immersion in VR, AR, and MR. Wireless and standalone device. The rise of wireless and standalone VR and AR devices will offer greater mobility and convenience.
Spatial computing. Spatial computing facilitating real-time interaction with the physical world will be crucial for VR, AR, and MR. Enterprise adoption. VR, AR, and MR will be increasing adoption in enterprise settings for training, simulation, remote collaboration, and data visualization. Social VR and AR. Social interaction will be central to VR and AR experiences with platforms connecting users in virtual spaces.
Biggest obstacle for mass adoption, AR and VR technologies. This chart unveils the foremost hurdle throttling the widespread imbalance of AR and VR technologies, offering insight into the pivotal challenges obstructing their universal adoption and integration. into everyday life.
VR, AR, MR innovation in the industry. Market growth. The global AR and VR market size is projected to reach 72.8 billion by 2024. Enterprise adoption. 23% of enterprises are using VR and 32% are using AR for training, collaboration, and visualization purposes. Healthcare applications. VR, AR, and MR aids medical training, phobia treatment, and pain management with a projected market size of 6.9 billion by 2027. Education and training. Institutions are leveraging VR, AR for immersive learning experiences, creating virtual classes and simulation for various subjects. Retail and marketing. Retailers are adopting AR for virtual try-on experiences preferred by 61% of shoppers. Gaming and entertainment. VR gaming continues to evolve with advancements in hardware and software enhancing gaming experiences for users. Remote collaboration. VR, AR, MR tech enables virtual interaction, crucial for remote work, fostering collaboration despite physical distance.
Revenue of VR market. This chart depicts the revenue generated by VR technology, illustrating its substantial impact on the global market. As VR continues to expand its presence across industries, its revenue reflecting the growing demand and investment in immersive technologies.
Benefits of augmented reality, mobile app development. This chart underscores the lucrative opportunities and diverse benefits of AR mobile app development, including enhanced user engagement, innovative market strategies, and increased revenue streams. It highlights the potential for improved customer experiences, competitive advantage, and brand differentiation in the dynamic mobile app market.
Revenue of VR technology. Market volume of $13 billion in 2024. User penetration rate is projected to be 52.8% in 2020.
Case studies, healthcare, retail, education, training, and simulation. This compilation features case studies showcasing practical applications of AR, VR, and MR technologies across industries, offering insights into their diverse use cases and transformative potential. Each study demonstrates how these immersive technologies solve challenges, enhance user experiences, and drive innovation in specific contexts.
Considerations for implementation. Purpose and goals, cost and ROI analysis, testing and interaction, data privacy and security, target audience, technology requirements, content creation, and user interface and experience.
In conclusion, the future of virtual reality, augmented reality, and mixed reality is poised to revolutionize how we interact with technology and the world around us. As these technologies continue to converge and advance, we can expect seamless mixed reality experiences that blend virtual and real environments. Immersive hardware and software enhancements will elevate user experiences while wireless and standalone devices will drive accessibility and adoption. Thank you.
Yolanda is a trailblazer in immersive storytelling and a pioneering founder of Revere XR, using cutting-edge tech to recreate history and historic figures and bring them to life for all to experience through XR preservation. She's transforming the way we engage, interact, and experience history, melding the past with future technologies. Yolanda, it's an honor to sit down to discuss the ever-evolving realm of immersive technology.
Things immersive technology to talk about Revere XR. But for many of those that are here in the room, can you share with our viewers about Revere XR?
Sure, absolutely. I want to first say good morning to all the visionaries and creators, the enthusiasts, and even people who are just beginning, right? This is such an exciting opportunity to share more with you about our company, Revere XR. And we're stepping into a world where music legends and sports figures, our greatest heroes and champions, we're losing access to their stories and their history. And Revere XR is really an interactive, immersive storytelling company where we're bringing that history to life through virtual and augmented reality, mixed reality, which you learned quite a bit about today, and our process of XR preservation. And we use technologies like artificial intelligence and machine learning as well. And what we're doing is bringing these stories, these historic figures, and historic places to life so you can interact with them and experience them in new and innovative ways. So we're offering a glimpse into the future by using futuristic technology to preserve the past into the future.
Fantastic. The past into the future. And I love how your organization is focused on preserving the history of certain events that are taking place. Can you share with our listeners how you developed that model? What sort of sparked your passion to really focus on history versus some of the other sectors?
Yeah, absolutely. People rarely ask me that, and it gives me a chance to share a little bit more about my personal story with you. Initially, I come from Seattle, Washington. A lot of people don't know that was once the home of music legends like Jimi Hendrix and Quincy Jones and Kurt Cobain, and some really incredible people, Jacob Lawrence, Bruce Lee. All of those legends come from my city. And like most people, I left after college. I lived in different parts of the world, traveled a great deal. And when I returned for grad school, I noticed that that history was no longer there. And there was really no trace of it. And so many people lived in my city and had no connection to how powerful the history was. So I used my graduate school experience to find a solution for vanishing history. I know that sounds funny, but I literally wanted to preserve the history in my neighborhood. And so I decided virtual and augmented reality were the most exciting ways for people to experience the stories and history in that community. So you could walk with Jimi Hendrix down the street and learn about his history, or you could explore the history of all these incredible musicians and legends and artists. And I thought, well, that's the only way the future generations will have access to it is if we preserve it and make it accessible. And so now we have a broader vision beyond just my neighborhood. How do we work with every country, every city, every community to preserve their stories so that people can experience history in new and innovative ways?
Yes, and I think that's so crucial to preserve the history because we have some representatives from India that are here and they have a very vast and very rich history. So preserving that and being able to pass that down to the next generation is so crucial, and it's going to assist us in being able to share to the next generation. And
That's
I
right.
know you recently were at the numerous conferences, but you recently spoke in a recent TEDx speech and you shared the importance of unapologetic tech. Can you
Yes.
please break that down and how we can apply this to some of the technology that we're using today?
Absolutely. I'm currently writing a book about unapologetic tech. So, what I'm happy to share with you is that me coming into the tech industry as a woman of color, I represent 0.2% of this industry. And we don't find a lot of women or different people of color as much in this industry as we'd like. I want to give an opportunity and rise to voices who don't traditionally belong because we're the ones that have the power to really shape the industry and bring something new that doesn't already exist. And that we don't have to apologize for being different. We don't have to feel like we don't belong or be struggling with imposter syndrome because we don't believe that our skills are up to par, or we're concerned that people won't see the value in us in this industry. Well, we have the greatest opportunity to impact this industry because we don't traditionally belong. So to be unapologetic about our differences and not just welcome our differences, but celebrate them and recognize that when we show up in a space, even if we're the only one, that we're valued and it's great for us to be there. And we should be unapologetic about bringing our stories, our history, our identity, our lived experience, our background into the space. And that's really the definition of unapologetic tech. It's about accepting who you are and being okay with bringing your differences to the table and acknowledging that you have something to offer.
Yes, being able to bring your full authentic self to the table. That is so crucial, especially in our day and age where people, as you mentioned, face imposter syndrome, where they don't know who they are and they are battling with, the realities of pretending to be someone that they're not, right? That false impression. But
Absolutely.
I think for many of our listeners, they really want to understand what perpetuated you to pursue a career in VR, AR, and MR, because you have a very diverse experience. So how did you sort of land in this path to pursue VR and immersive tech?
Well, I think I shared with you really early on in grad school, I decided I was going to create a solution for vanishing history. And that opened the door to learning more about VR and AR. And so I threw myself in. What I found was that it was definitely challenging to have that conversation with a lot of people because I realized a lot of people didn't have access. And the very elders that I was interviewing to collect their stories, when I would say, how do you feel about your history being preserved into the future? How do you feel about virtual reality or augmented reality? The conversation would literally stop because elders didn't have any access to it. They didn't know what VR, AR was. And so I partnered with some organizations like Microsoft, different parts of the city, and we went around and just introduced people to the technology. I held design focus groups or focus design groups. I held a lot of events to introduce elders, youth, students, artists, musicians, people all over the community and the world to check it out and get plugged in is what we talked about. Like, let's plug you in to the future and show you this technology. From then, I got a great deal of media and research awards to support and recognize the work that I was doing. And I spent years interviewing people and introducing them to immersive technology. And then Oculus invited me to come and speak at their headquarters back when they were still called Oculus, and which are now they're called Meta. So I went to their headquarters and talked to them about the power of plugging in community and engaging people from different backgrounds to experience the technology. And then from there, Oculus invited me to Oculus Launchpad, which was a global competition for people who had innovative ideas in virtual reality and wanted to demonstrate how they could use them. So I built a team, we built a prototype and a project, an immersive storytelling experience where we preserved the history of my neighborhood and you could experience it. And that project won Oculus Launchpad. And from there, I said, listen, people are really excited about this, and we're on the brink of bringing stories and moments that stand out to life. So we really wanted to focus on how do we do more? How do we share more of this with the world? What's more history we want to preserve? And that led to us founding Revere XR. And Revere XR is about bringing reverence to tech so that we're honoring those that came before us, preserving them, and bringing stories and history to life that allow us to move beyond just, talking about it or having an instructor teach a class for hours and talk to them about history. Well, now we have the technology and the assets so you can experience it. And that's led to so much more of what we're doing today. But that's really how I was able to come into the industry and share my stories and background and lived experience.
Well, thank you so much, Yolanda, for your time, for your insight, for your wisdom. I'm sure all of us were able to have numerous nuggets to be able to share with our peers and our colleagues. What are some ways that we can connect with you if we're looking to learn more about Revere XR or looking to keep an eye on the trajectory of your organization?
You can follow me on LinkedIn, Yolanda A. Barton. You can follow us on Instagram at revere.xr. You can follow our website, www.reverexr.com. And there's lots of ways to engage with us. So we look forward to learning more about you and helping you see how your stories can shape the future of tech.
Thank you so much for that. And just as a final reminder to those that are still here, we have the link to the survey. Please fill that out. We would really appreciate your input, as well as the link tree to learn more about some of our resources and to also connect with Yolanda. Again, thank you guys so much for being a part of the VR, AR, MR webinar. Have a wonderful day.